The Royal Shakespeare Company aims to produce shows that address the human condition and brings attention to social issues affecting our rural community of East Tennessee. We try to make Shakespeare accessible to all audience members. Shakespeare is often put on this pedestal, but in reality, he was very rural. He was born in a small village. Farm life and community living would have been a part of his identity. He wrote plays about the upper class and royals, but throughout all his plays are common men who often had all the answers, yet no one listened.
Sonnet number 75. So are you to my thoughts as food to life, or as sweet seasoned showers are to the ground. And for the peace of you I hold such strife as twixt the miser and his wealth is found. Now proud as an enjoyer, and anon doubting the filching age will steal his treasure. Now counting best to be with you alone, then bettered that the world may see my pleasure. Sometime all full with feasting on your sight, and by clean starved for a look, possessing or pursuing no delight, save what is had or must from you be took. Thus do I pine and surfeit day by day, or gluttoning on all, or all away.
Almost everything he wrote is relatable. We talked about commoners, we talked about royals, we talked about family. There are tragedies, there's comedy, there's joy, there's grief. It's all relatable if you know the language. So in an academic sense, I didn't like it because I didn't have anybody that introduced me to it and taught it to me the way Kobe did. And once I grasped that, it's just like any other play or drama or theater, but it's just so much more, the richness, the depth of it is so much more enjoyable. And it's all relatable. And I didn't know that. I just thought it was way beyond me and I could never grasp it. But they're doing the same things we do now.
Although we are a Shakespeare company, we aren't afraid to perform newer plays as well. Using Shakespeare as an inspiration, we find plays that better address the issues facing our community. After the protest this past summer, we looked at our own community and how we can address the issues of race. We quickly put together a reading of Nat Turner in Jerusalem by Nathan Allen Davis that follows the storyline of a slave in the 1800s who led an uprising and is now being forced to give a confession and information about other uprisings happening in other states.
The signs, Thomas Gray, they are everywhere. The uprisings will never cease until injustice ceases. Your children will never be safe until injustice ceases. The low, no matter how low you make them, will see the signs in the sky that they should rise. And if you blind their eyes, they will hear it in the calls of birds, in the howling of the wind, and the barking of the dogs, the wolves, in their own howling, in their own songs of grief. They will hear the signs. And if you stop their ears, they will feel the signs in the vibrations of the earth itself. To cease injustice is your only recourse.
We followed this reading with a panel discussion where we invited youth activists and community faith leaders to discuss how we can grow as a community and become closer through all this. We had so much success with this that we decided to make it a yearly thing that we call the What Now series. In May, we have a second installment of the What Now series with a production of Natural Shocks by Lauren Gunderson, with a panel discussion to follow that will discuss resources for abused women and highlight other women's issues in our rural community.